Well, good evening and welcome to About the Valley. And my guest tonight is Danielle Desrosiers. Danielle, if you go up on Church Street, you'll run into her. I don't know if you've been there, but familiar face. She's right there every day. Well, every day but Sunday, right?
We're Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday. Okay, you get the weekends off. Good move.
Yep.
And she's at the Green Plate. And if you haven't gone in there and wondering, what's the Green Plate? No, they're not because they sell Chinaware. It's a restaurant, and a different type of restaurant.
Yeah.
None we've ever seen. What Danielle does, it's all real healthy food. And we know that today. We probably grew up, we never thought of it that way, but we never thought about what we ate. But I think we're becoming a lot more conscious today as to what we put into our bodies.
Well, yeah, and I think it has a lot to do with what they're doing to the foods that we're putting into our bodies.
Yes.
It wasn't as dangerous years ago, and it's brought a lot of light and information for people to be more aware and look at what is in the foods that they're eating.
Well, if we go back to the early part of the last century, early part of the 20th century, even and before that, everything you bought was local.
It's true.
It wasn't before refrigeration. There wasn't stuff shipped around. You bought it local, and you might buy it every day. I mean, you had the local butcher shop, the local farm.
Exactly.
Yeah, people had root cellars.
Yep. People had their own farms.
Their own farms,
Their
yes,
own
they were
dairy
self-sufficient.
farms, their own cow. Yeah, absolutely.
And there weren't any chemicals being added into those animals, or even fertilizer used natural fertilizer, used the fertilizer that was produced on the farm.
Absolutely.
So it was a healthier type of food.
It really was. I hear a lot of people still trying to put up a wall to eating healthier. If my grandparents did it, if my parents did it, then I can still eat meat, or I can,
Yep.
drink milk, from a cow and this and that. And not that you can't.
Right.
It's just finding the right sources, and not getting it with the preservatives and the additives and all the
Right.
hormones that they're injecting.
Yes.
And that's really so that the farmers can make more money. They want bulkier meat, they want more production, and so they're being forced to do this to the animals and to the fruits and vegetables and even to our grains, which is why we have a lot of people that have a gluten intolerance.
Now, gluten isn't it a natural part of the grain?
Gluten is a product of wheat.
Yeah.
Right. So most of the breads that you eat, most of your pastas.
But it can be taken out.
It can be. Well, not that it can be taken out. You find different alternatives, different ways of not utilizing the wheat in the product, and so that's something that we actually offer at the Green Plate is 100% gluten free.
I mean, we've got some samples right here. This is a cheese sandwich with bacon.
Grilled cheese with turkey bacon.
With
Yep.
turkey bacon, and what is the bread then?
It's a gluten-free bread. So it's a bread.
So you can have bread without gluten.
You can. Yep.
They
don't use wheat.
Okay.
So there's no wheat in the ingredients.
What do you make? Is it from rice or from?
I don't actually make the ingredients in the bread. I buy a gluten-free bread mix.
What do they make the? Oh, so you buy a gluten bread mix?
Yes.
And then you make your own bread.
We make the bread.
Wow.
Yes.
See.
Yep.
I mean, how many restaurants make their own bread?
We actually do. We use this bread to make our gluten-free croutons on our Caesar salads.
Oh.
So you can even have a Caesar salad with croutons.
Wow.
Yep.
So this is going to take a lot of time.
It does. We get in at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we start prepping our wraps and whatnot. I brought you one of our very famous chicken salad wraps.
These are delicious. Now, that's a spinach leaf, right?
So no, it's not a spinach leaf. It's a raw wrap, and it's made from spinach, quinoa, apple, psyllium husk, and coconut nectar.
I'll tell you, folks, it's delicious. It really is. I mean, when you hear what these things are made of and what you know, I say, oh my God, I couldn't eat that. Try it. You know something? I like to say, I never thought I'd like broccoli till I tried it. Because I hear, oh, I don't like broccoli. Remember, President Bush won. I don't eat broccoli. Well, maybe you ought to try it.
Exactly.
I tried it once and I said, this ain't bad. This ain't bad, you know. And of course, when I was in the army, you had to eat what you had, and I went to eat like a lot of different foods. You don't. We're too fussy.
Yeah.
Try things. It's amazing.
Well, that was part of what I wanted to do, was to be
Yes,
able to offer the healthier
That's what I want to
alternative.
get into now. You weren't always in the restaurant business.
No, no, I wasn't. I grew up with my grandfather, who had an acre of a garden,
Ah,
and so I was raised with fresh
a lot of
vegetables
fresh
every day.
vegetables.
You
Yes.
know, we would go down to the garden and pick our fresh salad, you
Yep.
know, out of the garden and have that for lunch
There's
together.
nothing like it.
No, it was amazing, you know. So I was lucky. You know, I was raised with a healthy background. And my grandfather taught me how to cook my first meal. And my mom was a great cook. So we always cooked
Where'd
together.
you live?
I grew up in Millbury.
Oh, okay. See?
Yep.
Neighbors.
Very local.
Yeah.
Yep. Valley girl at heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, it took many years before I actually got into the cooking it as a business, but it was always a passion, you know, for me. And I've been a massage therapist for 12 years, so I'm
Oh,
not sure
wow.
if you knew that about me or not. But so I always had a healthy
Yeah.
background.
Well, that's how you get into health thing. Massage therapists are very much into the health thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And through that, I really started to meet more and more people that had dietary restrictions or health issues that, you know, they weren't able to go out and eat. They weren't able to enjoy the foods that they used to enjoy. And so,
And in some cases, they're just afraid to.
oh, absolutely. You know, you get scared. I have some people that walk into the green plate and they're like, "Oh no, I like my gluten," and I have to laugh because I want to ask them, "Well, what does your gluten taste like?"
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
You don't taste gluten.
No, no. But I think where their mindset is coming from is when the celiac disease came out, and when the gluten became an issue, all of the manufacturers were trying to find replacements that were gluten free. And when they first came
Oh,
out with different items and different things, the ingredients just tasted like cardboard or weren't flavorful.
yeah.
And so that's where I think a lot of people found the biggest challenge is they had a restriction, but they couldn't enjoy what they were eating anymore. So it just became really interesting to me, and I started finding the healthier ingredients for different things, and I found that I was able to find some really flavorful things. And so for 3 years, I built up the business and did some home cooked meals and catering for people and got a great response. And it was then that I realized that it was time to kind of open up a place and be able to offer it to more people, you know, that either had a dietary restriction or, like you said earlier, you know, were just more conscious of eating healthier.
Right.
And so I found a really good mix of people that are just enjoying the flavorful, healthy alternative.
Finding that it's out there.
Absolutely.
Look, we have a number out there, 508-266-0990. Give us a call. Talk to Danielle, especially if you feel you got a problem with food, certain foods. She can help you out on this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's give us a call. And don't wait till the last minute. Everybody waits till a quarter of, and then you come on and we can't talk because it's too late.
Yeah, no, I'd be happy to answer
Yeah.
any questions.
Yeah, now, yeah, the gluten, there seems to be a very big thing now. But that goes back quite a ways, doesn't it?
I'm sure it does. I
But
think,
nobody
you know,
really realized it. Now, so I know some people who are allergic to gluten didn't realize it when they found out and they started getting away from the gluten, felt much better.
Yeah, and I think a lot of doctors didn't realize it either, and so people were taking medications
Yeah,
and eating the same foods, and so they weren't really making that connection that it really had to do with, what they were putting into their bodies.
yeah. How often do people, I have stomach trouble. Well, why? I mean, it's got
Hmm.
to be a reason.
And that's so frustrating to not know why,
Yeah, yeah.
and to not be able to figure that out. Yeah.
I mean, well, I just had a situation. My well, I had some bacteria in a well and didn't know it, and just happened to get a well test and found it.
Good.
And I went for a couple of months not feeling well, having problems, and same with my wife Linda, same thing. And we didn't know why we were feeling bad, and so we get the well tested. Oh my God, you don't know. I
You
mean,
don't.
and you could be eating something that you've been eating for years, and I guess your body can change too.
Oh, absolutely. Our cells change
Yeah,
every.
so you might have been eating something all your life, and then all of a sudden you're feeling sick because your body has changed and you can't digest that certain item.
It's our bodies are really truly amazing, Harry.
Oh, yeah, really, when you think about it.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, it takes care of you. We do all these things, and you know, walk around and eat, and the body functions.
Yeah.
It's quite the thing. It's quite the machine.
Yeah.
I think we got a call coming in here. Yes, we do. We're gonna. Let me see. I'm gonna see which wine. I gotta check which wine this is. I'm not sure. So go ahead. You're on.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, go ahead. You're on with Danielle.
Hey, hello, Danielle. Hello, Harry.
How
Hello.
are
I just
you?
wanted to say that it's so refreshing to have a restaurant that serves healthy foods in the area that's also kind of non-judgmental of people that are trying to learn about good, healthy eating. I've been into the Green Plate a few times, and one of the things that I enjoy is that it just doesn't feel like if you're not well educated about good, healthy foods, Danielle will help you understand, what is good and what kind of things she has to offer. And you don't lose any taste. So it's really nice.
Well,
So I
food
want
is
to say thank
extremely
you for being
tasty.
here. And one of the cool things that I also want to say about the Green Plate is I've been down on Friday nights with a girlfriend of mine, and this is maybe a well-kept secret, but Danielle also provides a build your own bowl option where you can choose from a number of different things, a base, a protein, all kinds of things that you put together. And my girlfriend and I go down there and we'll bring our own bottle of wine. So we call it our BYOB squared Friday night.
I'm glad you
And
mentioned that. You can bring your own
down for
bottle.
a BYOB
Yes.
squared Friday night and have a great time and enjoy some wine, some conversation with Danielle, and some really great food down there.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Suzanne. Yeah, our Friday
Uh,
nights are pretty popular, and they're growing, and more of everybody comes in during the week and asking, "Can I build a bowl?" It is just on Fridays, but I like that you brought up the bottle of wine that you guys enjoy as well. It's nice to be able to go out and kind
Yeah.
of bring your own bottle and sit down and relax and I enjoy doing the build your own bowl on Fridays because you get to kind of create your own meal and enjoy that. So I'm so glad that you enjoy that, Suzanne.
oh, absolutely. Well, I've never had zucchini noodles. I've never even thought of eating them or making them or anything like that. And, you've introduced me and my friend to something really good and healthy, and we thank you for that, for bringing it downtown.
Awesome. Yeah, zucchini noodles are a great low carb option, right? Awesome. Thank you so much,
Uh,
Suzanne.
absolutely. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too.
Good night. Oh, here, got our first call. Yeah, you can bring your own bottle of beer too.
Yes.
And if
Yep,
you don't want gluten, they have gluten-free beer now.
they do.
Yeah,
They
so
do. Yes, it's amazing what they will create when the demand is out there, right?
yes. And that's a lot of people may not realize it that you know they get gassy and it's because of gluten.
Yeah, it's amazing. People have different symptoms
Yeah,
to
you
gluten,
might get
and then
headaches.
yeah,
You might feel tired.
yep, Absolutely.
Yeah, your body is trying to tell you something, and you're not realizing it.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
But
And
but that's not the only thing. I mean, some of these I think I read once where they said that kids were growing up faster. We notice with teenagers are older now than when I was 13. Uh, Kids look a lot older at 13 now than when I was 13.
well, think about it. That's part of the food that you're putting into your body.
And
That's part of the hormones
I
that
heard
they're.
that was because what hormones do, they use them for, is turn little cows into big cows real quick.
Exactly.
I've always said that about milk. I said, what's the purpose of cow milk? Cow milk is to turn a little cow into a full-grown cow in a year, because that's what the baby cow drinks the milk.
Right.
That's what the purpose nature made it for, not for us to consume.
It's true.
So when you start, I'm not saying milk is not good for you, but maybe you have to think twice about it sometimes.
Well, and I think it's also if you're going to drink milk, find the source.
Yeah.
Figure out where it's coming from.
Yes.
Buy local. Buy it from a farm that's that's not
But you
using
got to
the
be careful there
chemicals.
too. Now I heard people drink it. I had raw milk once. Oh, it's horrible. I hated it. But if you like it, I guess some people like it. I grew up not on a farm, but my grandmother had a farm, and my father would go up there and he'd cut fields around, and we'd go to other people's farms and cut their fields, and they'd give my brother and I breakfast with raw milk. And, oh. But like buttermilk, I don't know why they call it buttermilk, because it sure heck don't taste like butter.
I've never had it.
Oh, sour milk,
Yeah.
basic. But anyway, you can be careful because raw milk can carry disease. That's why you pasteurize.
There's a lot of bacteria. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But the thing is, myself, I don't use much in dairy products. I gave them up a long time ago. And I did it because I heard that from others on radio shows that you would feel better. And you know what? I do.
It's so true. As a matter of fact, at the Green Plate, we substitute most of our milk we use coconut milk instead.
Yes.
So and we use coconut yogurt, and
Yep.
so whenever we can, we will substitute the milk, which allows us to offer more vegan options. And again, vegan isn't not non-flavorful. It's actually very flavorful.
Yeah.
It's natural.
Right.
It's from
Yeah, vegans don't use any dairy.
That's true. So a lot of people ask me what the difference is.
Nothing from something with a face.
It's true, yeah. A lot of people come in and say, well, what's the difference between vegetarian and vegan? And the difference is that vegetarians don't eat meat.
Right.
Vegans don't eat any animal byproducts.
Right.
So they don't eat egg, they don't eat dairy,
Yep.
they don't do cheese or yogurt or any of that stuff. And so they stay raw.
Nothing from a face.
Correct. Yep. But then people question, well, where do you get your protein from?
Well, there's protein out there. I mean,
Exactly.
soy milk has protein.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one? There's soy, there's coconut milk,
There's coconut, there's rice milk, there's hemp milk, there's almond milk.
Almond, that's the one I was trying to
Yep.
do. I used to drink soy milk.
Yep.
And I went to the almond.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I can't tell. To me, it tastes just as good as milk.
I think half the time it's mind over matter.
Yeah.
And if you don't know it, you're not going to know the
If
difference.
it looks like it, you'll never know.
Yep.
Yeah, they pour it in the glass. Oh, it's white. Looks like milk.
Yeah, exactly.
But even if you're conscious, you get the chocolate one. Get the vanilla.
Yep.
Yes. But well, now fish. Now that's another thing too. That can be a problem because, of course, now they say the ocean's loaded with mercury. And you do sell tuna fish.
We sell salmon. We do
Salmon.
tuna.
Now, you can buy that certified mercury-free, right?
Well, salmon doesn't carry a lot of mercury,
Right.
but a lot of salmon is sold farm-raised. That's where the problem is.
Yeah, you're talking like my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
She says, don't buy farmed
No.
salmon.
No, it's horrible. if you saw how it's processed and how they're fed, and it's not a pretty sight. You buy wild caught sockeye, Alaskan salmon,
Yeah.
and it's fresh. It's natural, you know. As a matter of fact, a lot of vegetarians will be pescatarian, which means they don't eat meat, but they'll eat fish.
Right.
And salmon is great for omega-3s.
Oh,
And whatnot.
loaded with it.
Absolutely.
And omega-3 is very good to have in your body.
Salmon is also a very good anti-inflammatory.
Yes.
So a lot of people that have arthritis or issues with inflammation in their bodies,
Yep.
there's some really great foods that'll help, you know, bring down the inflammation without taking a prescription.
Yeah, if you've got an autoimmune disease, it's a good thing to handle it. And it's a natural way
Yes.
rather than by drugs.
There's a lot of foods with natural remedies in them.
You know what? The Blackstone River used to have salmon.
I did not know that.
Many, I'm talking way, way,
I
way
would
back.
think so.
Now it's it'll never come back. At one time, that was drinking water for the colonists.
Okay.
Of course, it's been so polluted now with heavy metals and when they put up all the dams, that's what the salmon stopped.
Wow.
Because they didn't put dam ladders. They didn't put salmon ladders in for them. But that was a big salmon pond. And you know, the Connecticut River still has some.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because they didn't dam it up.
Yeah.
Where they did dam it was later on, and when they did, they made it possible for them to do. There's another kind of fish. If you go out to Chicopee or Holyoke,
Yep.
in the spring, you'll see the bridge covered with fishermen. And I forget what kind of fish it is, but they migrate up the Connecticut River, and they're all out there trying to catch them.
Wow.
But yeah, I like catfish, but catfish is also farmed,
Yes.
and the farming process is not a good thing, is it?
No, and another thing is also the bottom feeders.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, I eat bottom feeders. I know. My director here, Bill, he won't eat anything from the ocean. He calls the ocean the Earth's toilet. And if you eat lobster, lobster's a bottom feeder,
It's true.
and it's considered a delicacy.
Yeah.
And I do like lobster and
Yep.
clams.
Yep.
Oh, I love clams. Fried clams.
Oh, fried.
Oh yeah, I know, but it's just I don't eat a lot of them.
Yeah.
And I love clam chowder. But you're
We do
right.
a clam chowder.
Yeah, you do
We
now.
do a non-dairy clam chowder, and we use sweet potato instead of regular potato. So
Ah.
we enjoy making things that you would typically eat.
Yeah.
We just find the healthier
So
ingredient.
you don't use white potatoes at all.
No. Nope.
Being a diabetic, I'm into sweet potatoes.
Yep.
And Linda even says she likes them too now, and we both got into them. When I was a kid, my mother would make sweet potatoes. I don't want to eat those. I want the white potatoes. But now, like I said, here again, it's a food that I found that I can really enjoy.
And to be honest with you, the sweet potato, you don't really need much. You don't need anything added to it.
No.
It has so much beautiful flavoring to it,
Yep.
by itself. I make my shepherd's pie with sweet potato.
Oh.
So, yeah,
So you get an orange shepherd pie.
I do. I do.
You go down south, sweet potatoes are a big thing down there.
Absolutely.
Because they grew better down in the climate than up here. We went more with the brown potato,
Yep.
because it grew better. You know what the potato is not natural to Europe. That potato came from South America.
Oh, okay.
It was the Spanish discovered the potato.
Huh.
And they brought it back, and it covered Europe. And it became a big crop. It became a big crop in Ireland. And
Of course.
and they ended up with the potato famine. And that's why a lot of them moved out when the potato got a blight. But the reason the potato became a big crop in Europe, it was the one crop that didn't get destroyed when they had battles on the field.
Huh.
The wheat would all get wrecked,
Right.
but potatoes are underground.
Interesting.
So it became a staple and became a big staple in Ireland because here again, they could grow them easily and it withstands, it can go through winters and everything else.
Huh.
But
You learn something every day,
yeah.
Harry.
see, tomato also is is natural to North America, not to Europe.
Hmm.
In fact, when the colonists when they first started settling here, they thought they were poison.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm a big history guy.
Yeah, I like it.
But I like learning this stuff because I like to. Why did this come about? Corn was not. That was of course, it was grown in North America and South America by the Native Americans. We didn't know what corn was, but corn can be a problem too because that's a very high sugar product, isn't it?
It is. It's got a lot of carbs in it.
Yes.
And the thing is there's no nutritional value.
No.
It goes right through you.
Yep.
It'll come out the same way it went in.
Yeah. Yeah. And
It's
sometimes in
true.
the same shape.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a hard shell,
Yeah.
and we can't digest it.
No.
Now, when you have cream corn or something, like it's been broken down, so it'll digest a little more. But you're right; it's a very high. Being diabetic, I'm recommended not to eat corn at all. So I
No,
don't.
that's a good thing.
Yep.
Corn actually has it's GMOs.
Yeah.
It's been genetically modified.
Yeah. Today, yeah.
Hmm.
But today they're using a lot more corn to make gas. Well, fuel.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Good.
I know. It's become a big, because they use about, well, in Massachusetts, they mandate to have 10%.
Yes.
But you know what it does? If you got a car, I forget what year it is, but an older car, it'll deteriorate your gas lines. It makes them deteriorate. If you got a lawnmower or anything like that, it actually deteriorates the rubber hoses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you seen what Coca-Cola does to car paint?
I know. There's another.
Can you imagine what it does to your insides?
I know.
Ugh.
People, we've been doing this for years.
I know.
Coca-Cola is trying to change their image, though.
I've seen that.
Yes.
Yep.
Then we not only Coca-Cola
Doesn't
anymore.
mean it's healthy.
Yeah.
They're
In
just
fact,
trying to follow the marketing.
Honest tea was an invention from a professor in Connecticut.
Hmm.
I think University of Connecticut. He came up with the honest tea, and he first marketed it. And when I was in the retail business, well, not retail, but wholesale business. I worked for Cormark. We distributed it, and the guy came up to talk to us. We were taking on. Now he sold it for probably millions to Coca-Cola.
Yep.
They call it honest tea because supposedly it's all natural ingredients.
And that's the thing. You need to look at the ingredients.
Yep.
You know, I have a lot of people that come in and they're trying to lose weight or they're trying to eat healthier and they're checking out the Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers and
Yep.
Nutrisystem and all these different programs and so they're taught to watch their calories and their fat and carb intake.
Yep.
And not that I disagree with that. However, it's the ingredients in what the foods have that's most important.
Yes.
Because you can buy something that has low fat or no fat, but I'll tell you one thing for sure, it has a ton more sugar in it. And look at the ingredients in what you're eating. If you can't pronounce the word,
I know.
it's probably not good for you. If you have the preservatives and the simple ingredients, whole food ingredients, that's what people need to look at first before they look at their calories and their fats and their carbs.
You know what I always say? The best way to diet is to eat less.
Oh, portion control is certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in a society, you go to a restaurant and you get a mound of food in
Those are
front
the
of
restaurants
you.
everyone looks for.
Yeah,
And that's not really a good idea.
no.
You know, the bigger the portion. I remember we had a restaurant right down here. Well, Sammy's it was
Yes.
the last one. But prior to that, a number of years ago, a guy by the name of Harry Bruno took over, was the Bungalow Restaurant. And they were parked Rockdale was covered with cars on a Friday night trying to get in there. You couldn't get into the place. They were coming from all over Metro. But he would bring out a clam plate, and it was loaded with French fries and clams, or anything you wanted. He gave huge portions, and he got known for that. They were coming from all over. Go to Wright's Chicken Farm.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I don't like to go there because I don't eat a lot anymore. I cut back on my portions, and I lost 50 pounds doing it.
But you want to know something, Harry? It's not all about portion control. When you eat food that's whole food, your body knows exactly what to do with it.
Yeah.
Your body recognizes what it's ingesting, and it distributes it in the place that it needs to. As soon as you start introducing chemicals or anything that's not from the earth, then that's when your body doesn't know how to digest it or what to do with it. And so a lot of that is when you start forming your fat cells, and your carbs turn to sugars, and you start gaining your weight. When you eat whole food, you don't have to eat as much because your body's going to tell you that you're full.
Yes.
When you eat that mound of food, a lot of that is not, whole food. And so you just keep on eating, and your body's going to keep on telling you that you're hungry, but you're really full.
But not only that, it's the taste. We like tasting, and tasting makes us feel good, and this tastes good.
It sends signals to your brain.
Yes. Yeah.
But they're not the right signals.
No. But, I don't think people we're not educated. I mean, the doctors aren't even educated.
And that's a big problem. I think you can't really blame the doctors because they went to school for 8+ years.
Right.
But all they learned was how to treat for symptoms of a disease. Well, if you're treating for a symptom, you already have the disease. Does that make sense?
Unless you're a doctor, I can't think of what they call them now, of natural.
Oh, absolutely. I'm talking about Western medicine.
Right.
I'm talking about you go to you go in for your physical, and you tell a doctor you have a problem, and they turn around and they say, well, let's try this. I'll put you on this prescription and see how that works. Well, first of all that prescription's doing is band-aiding a situation. It's not solving anything. There's something behind all of that that caused that. Your holistic doctors are going to sit there and do different tests to figure out what's the root of this cause. What is really causing this issue?
Do you know Dr. Theolinda Barry?
No.
She's right down on Providence Road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We used to do a show here. She'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
If you got like teenagers break out with severe acne, it's gluten. They're allergic to gluten. The body is saying, stop throwing this stuff in me.
I've heard from a lot of people that it's one of the things that the doctors now are telling people to change. We're not sure what the problem is, but let's start with stay away from gluten.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just start with that.
Yep.
And it's amazing when you walk through the supermarket today, gluten-free, gluten-free. I mean, it's all over. So
it is.
It's not inaccessible anymore.
But again, gluten-free doesn't mean that it's healthy.
Right, because it could be something
when you
else.
Look at the ingredients.
Yeah, it could be a replacement.
Absolutely. Vegan doesn't mean that it's healthy. Just if the product says vegan, if it's anything processed, you have to look at the ingredients. Try to tell people to shop the perimeter of a supermarket. As soon as you start getting into those aisles is where you start finding all the preservatives.
Now, of course, we got a Whole Foods now in Shrewsbury, not too far away. But if people want a ready-to-eat meal, you've got that available, don't you?
I do. Yeah, we do. It's fantastic. We have our heat and eat freezer.
Yeah.
We try to fill that every week. We have many different options. And a lot of the options we have as vegan options as well. So you can get a shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
With ground turkey, chopped spinach and onion, your sweet potato, and we top it with some cinnamon. And it's fantastic. But let's say your wife is vegan.
Yeah.
Well, she can get a shepherd's pie as well, and I do a vegan shepherd's pie.
And these are individual portions.
Some of them are. We have family size and individual.
Uh-huh.
So whether you want to come in and try a few items, see what you like best, then you can do that. If you have a family, we have a casserole size of, for whatever that you'd like to have.
Now,
And
what did you throw it in the oven and heat it
yeah,
up?
so we make it whole food. We freeze it and we put heat instructions on the label for you. So you can just come in, grab what you want, take it home and stick it in the oven. It makes it so much easier. People on the run,
Yeah.
families, you get the kids going to sports and the parents just want to feed their kids and their family a healthy meal. And it's tough when everybody's so busy. So they can pop in, see what's in there, grab something, take it home, and it's all
Do you
set.
do any microwave foods?
Some of the heat and eat stuff you can go ahead and our daily specials you can put back in the microwave. But all of our containers, everything that we have,
Yeah,
it's
those
also
are microwave
compostable.
safe.
These are microwave safe, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, yeah,
These are
that's
not.
something. No, these would melt. But this is cold. This would you
That's
eat
cold.
cold.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I lost my. Oh yeah, all these containers too are
Compostable.
biodegradable. So
They're all compostable. Everything
compost. Yeah.
Yep, all of our containers, our garbage bags, our straws, our napkins, our silverware, everything that we use, it's part of the green plate. We try to stay green
Yeah.
all around. So
So
we help
even
the
if it's
environment.
even if it's going into a landfill, it's going to break down,
Absolutely. Yep.
which is important. I mean, some of these plastic bags are going to be around centuries from now, but
Yeah.
this stuff will turn back into earth.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you're extremely earth friendly.
Yes.
And was Earth Day is what I think it's the 15th.
It's coming up
Yeah,
quick.
coming up. So you should have a big celebration
I know. You're right. We should.
because you are very much Earth Day there.
Yes.
People can. This is the inside right here, a portion of the inside. I think can we show a picture of the outside, Aaron? There you go. You can see where Danielle is located. It's right on Church Street.
Yeah.
What's the name of the convenience store right next door? Is
Crystal Gas.
Crystal Gas.
Yep. And the
And
Welcoming Lantern is to the
Welcoming
left of
Lantern
us.
is her neighbor.
Yep.
He's been there for years now.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I think he's been there over 20 years.
This is the former dance studio.
Yes. Yep. This is the old Carolyn's dance studio. And yeah, we did a lot of work.
I was going to say, I mean, the building is quite unique because it's got the old tin ceiling.
Yes.
Those have come back now.
It adds a lot of character.
Yeah, and
And we saved some of the mirrors from the dance studio, so we have those up above as well, which
Yeah.
are very deceiving. People think it goes over into the other side.
yeah. But
Yep.
I mean, those tin ceilings were very popular back in the late 1800s, and now they're coming back.
It's true. But those
And
those are original.
Those, yeah, the original.
That's been there. Yep.
And prior to the dance studio, that was Christian Thompson Auto Parts.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's going way back.
Way back to the 1960s, 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
But you've done a great job. The place is
Thank you.
very nice inside, and
Thank you.
it's quaint. You got some nice tables in there.
And we're excited about the spring. We've already ordered our bistro tables and umbrellas for outside, so
so you're going to have a little.
we'll have a couple of tables outside.
Now
And we have our smoothies. We have our Smoothie Club right now.
yeah, that's a big thing right now.
It's
people,
huge.
Yeah, people love
Huge.
smoothies.
Yeah, it's wonderful. We have a bunch of different smoothies, smoothie bowls.
It's kind of like eating soft ice cream, but it's not ice cream. It's really,
It's whole food.
yeah,
It's whole food, and we just use coconut water, and that's it.
yeah.
So it's really simple, but they're so good. People come in all day long in the dead of winter, Harry. I'm telling you, we sold more smoothies.
Really.
I was amazed. Yep.
But it's a great summer dish. I mean, a hot day to
Yeah.
sit down and have a smoothie and cool you down.
Absolutely. Yep. We'll
And,
have our iced coffee in the summer as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're excited
Now,
about spring.
When did you open up?
November 6th.
So you haven't had a chance to do the spring
this
thing
is
yet.
our first.
Spring
This is
and
our
summer.
first season. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. And of course, you got a lot of parking right there, right in the front.
Right in front. We have parking across the street at the
Yeah.
church. They
Yeah.
allow us to use the parking, and of course the Harry's Plaza next
Yep.
door. You can park over there as
Well, we
well.
don't want to
So
say it 'cause
you can walk right down.
yes.
Yes. Yep.
But I mean, and you're open what from
Monday through Thursday, 8 to 6.
8 o'clock in the morning?
8 o'clock in the morning. People come in for a coffee. We have people coming
Organic
in.
coffee.
It's all organic, fair trade. We get our coffee from Dean's Beans. They're located in Orange, Mass.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've heard of Dean's Beans. Yeah.
We also have our organic teas. Herbs Make Sense, very local. Terry Michelson in Uxbridge.
Oh.
She owns that. Fantastic teas. We have a bunch of different flavors of teas, caffeine and uncaffeinated.
Yeah. So if you
or
need that
decaffeinated.
hit in the morning, you can...
Exactly.
What makes the coffee organic? Is it the way it's grown, or
That's a good question.
do
I
we-
think part of it is the way that it's grown and harvested. It's
Yeah.
fair trade, so that's important too.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Now, do you get the whole beans?
No, I get it ground.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I get it ground, but we go through it fairly quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm ordering my coffee all the time. Yep,
Oh,
it's
that's
great. They're
great.
wonderful. The teas, I'm constantly replenishing the teas, and we sell them retail as well, so people can bring their own tea bags home.
Now,
Yeah,
the coffee to go is not in styrofoam cups, I believe.
no,
Just
no.
saying.
All of that is also biodegradable and compostable. Yep. Yep.
Actually, coffee, styrofoam cups hurt the taste of the coffee.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you have once you've got the heat going in there, you have all
Right.
the chemicals from the styrofoam going into the coffee.
Yeah, you can't say that it's not going to dissolve some of those chemicals with that hot coffee.
Yeah.
And plus the fact coffee has acid in it.
Absolutely.
So you're better off to use the old style with the, where you have the wax lined inside and,
Yep, it's a paper cup,
Paper
and
cup
then
with a
we
wax
have
lining.
the little sleeve,
yep.
to
Yeah, so you
protect
can
your
hold it.
hands. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, people come in the mornings for we have our sweet potato cookies that are fantastic. I brought one for you as well today.
Ah.
We have our overnight oats. I have people
What are
coming
overnight
in.
oats?
They're great
Yeah, but why do they call them overnight oats?
because you have to prepare it and let it soak overnight.
Oh.
Yeah, so we use the coconut milk, we use coconut yogurt, and the oats, and then we have our chunky monkey, which is done with peanut butter and coconut and bananas and chocolate chips, and it's delicious. People are coming in buying 4 or 5 at a time for the whole week and taking them home.
Now, real peanut butter isn't like the peanut butter you buy in the store,
Well, you can get organic peanut butter at the
Yeah.
store.
but it's different. It's not. It
It
doesn't
is.
have that smooth.
You actually keep it upside down so that the oils,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
right.
very different.
If people are used to the peanut butter you pick off the shelf, and it's not. That's not real peanut butter.
Right.
They call it that, but it's not really peanut butter.
Well, again, you look at the ingredients and you see
Yep.
how it's processed. Yep. Yep.
George Washington Carver invented peanut butter. He invented it because he wanted ways of using peanuts, and he thought it was a great way of. It's a great source of protein. Peanuts are loaded with protein.
Yes, they are.
And
Yeah.
that's what he was trying to do. He came up with all kinds of ways of peanuts, handling peanuts.
Wonderful.
And that's where the idea of peanut butter came.
Hmm.
And it is, peanut butter is very good food for you if you get the real peanut butter.
It is.
'Cause
Absolutely.
here again, it's loaded with protein. And
Yep.
you might call it equal to meat. And we do need protein,
Oh, absolutely. But meat isn't the only place you can
No,
get protein.
vegans will
A
tell you
lot
that.
of a lot of your leafy greens, your
Yeah.
legumes, your beans, they all contain protein. And good amounts of protein.
Well, leafy green vegetables are extremely important.
Absolutely.
They
You should
give
eat
you
your
a lo-
rainbow every day.
Yes, eat the rainbow, right?
Eat your rainbow. You eat your rainbow, you're good.
Yeah, because there's so much ingredients in those vegetables that now I guess kale is a big one that's come up
Huge. The
because
darker the kale, they have purple kale, and oh,
yeah,
so good.
because it contains vitamin K,
Yes.
which People are vitamin K. I never heard of it. Well, let me tell you, that's a very important vitamin.
So is vitamin D.
Oh, D is extreme. You don't want to get sick. Make sure you get a good intake of vitamin D, especially during the winter.
Absolutely.
Now, our bodies could produce vitamin D when the sun hits it with the ultraviolet rays of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
But how much sun do we get in the winter? Days are short, cloudy,
It's true.
overcast. You really need to supplement that with what the body manufactures, and that is your whole immune system is based on that vitamin D.
It's true.
Well,
Yeah.
they say vitamin C. No, vitamin C will enhance the
Help your immune system.
Yeah, it enhances it. But vitamin D is what supports the immune system. It's what it's all about. And then you don't want to get sick. In fact, there's people they experiment with vitamin D to fight cancers.
Yeah.
Because it's a big factor on the immune system.
No, it really is, and a lot of people don't think about it.
I know. And if you keep your body healthy, that's the whole fact.
Well, and you mentioned vitamin C because like you said, it's something that a lot of people focus on when they feel like they're getting sick, or I
Right.
need more vitamin C and kick
Yeah.
this out of my system. And if we have time for a little story,
Oh, absolutely.
I learned a long time ago that, let's say for an apple, for example, has 10,000 nutrients,
Oh,
including vitamin C. Now,
Yep.
you would probably think I need to eat an orange to get my vitamin C.
oranges have more. There's more vitamin C in
Right.
citrus fruit.
But everything has a ton of nutrients
Yep.
in it. So we'll use an apple, for example. 10,000 nutrients. When you put it into your body, if your body is deficient in vitamin C, then your body's going to draw out the vitamin C in that apple and use that to sustain you. Instead of you going to the medicine cabinet, grabbing your supplements, and saying, I need to take 5 vitamin C capsules today.
Yeah.
Your body's only going to be able to use what it needs anyway, and the rest of that supplement is chemical.
Right.
So you're going to just pass it right through your body.
Well, it turns into urine.
Exactly.
It's
Which
vitamin
turns
C.
yellow.
Yeah. Right.
Neon yellow.
Right. Neon. Vitamin C the body doesn't retain it.
Right.
It only uses what it needs.
Exactly.
It doesn't hold on to it. It doesn't stay in the cells.
Yeah.
But you know that vitamin C is very important to prevent wrinkles. That's why, I don't know if you ever heard that the English were called limeys. That term came about because the English were very big on, they ruled the oceans back in the 1700s, 1800s. They gave the sailors limes to suck on
Yep.
for the vitamin C when they found out that prevented them from getting sick.
Huh.
Because they didn't have it. They didn't have that in the food stores.
Interesting.
Yes, a lot of so many things out there. They knew years ago that we forgot.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
true.
I mean, you get into some natural medicines. People knew about stuff many years ago that we don't even think about today because it was forgotten over time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were out in the out west by yourself on a prairie or something, you had to rely on natural stuff. What did Native Americans do? They relied on natural things.
Absolutely.
There's so
Their
many-
resources were the earth,
Oh yeah.
everything.
I mean, there's stuff out there to fight infections and just naturally grown. I think one of them is grape leaves.
Yeah.
I use for infection.
Yep.
So I mean, see, we're getting back to it anyway.
We are, and I think
Are you finding a lot of people coming in?
I am, and I love talking,
Yeah.
to
Are
people.
you're getting discovered more and more. You're finding that they're discovering you.
Yeah, I still have people coming in saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It's the first time I've been in." Like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. Welcome. No, it's great, and people have been so receptive and really enjoying the food,
Yeah.
thanking me for being here, in the valley. Very appreciative that we have a place here that's local.
Right.
You don't have to go to Worcester. You don't have to go to Providence. You don't have to go to Boston. It's right here.
Before it gets to, we have a picture of the menu. We can't show pricing.
Oh, that's the old menu.
Oh, okay.
That's my old menu. Yeah, I have a new menu.
Oh.
So we took, because I did the home cooked meals and the catering for a while, you know,
Are you still doing the catering?
oh, yes. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have a catering event almost every weekend.
Really?
Yeah, which is part of the reason why we're not open on the weekends right now. But
Wow.
I have a lot of events. Yep, whether they're luncheons or whether it's dinners
How
or
much help do you have?
meetings
It's
or
just you and the young lady I saw there? Or-
I have 3 people working with me. So,
Wow.
Yep. Yep. So we have a lot of morning prep, you know, that goes on.
Well, you told me that you're always very extremely busy in the morning.
Yes.
If I if I want to stop and talk to you, come
Talk to me in the afternoon.
Yeah, when it slows
Yep.
down.
After lunch. After
Yeah.
lunch. Yeah.
That
No,
is
we-
good now, because, you know, restaurants are the #1 business that goes out of business.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a very tough industry.
Yep.
One of the reasons is in restaurants, waste is the biggest problem. You know how many do you make in the morning? How much you don't know how much you're going to sell.
True.
And in your case, you really got to walk a tightrope there because everything is fresh
It's true.
and no preservatives, so you're not keeping this stuff for long.
Right. No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to balance all of that out.
Yeah,
Keep it all
it's
fresh.
got to be quite difficult.
It is. But what I really like is utilizing the local farms.
Yes, that's the other thing I want to get into. You buy everything local, right?
We try as much as possible.
Yeah.
In the winter months, it's a little bit more difficult.
Right.
But a lot of the supermarkets now are also utilizing the local farms. But I work closely with, I joined up with Let Us Be Local. And
I like that name.
Let Us Be Local. Yep, Lynn Stromberg owns that, and they work with 100 farms.
Ah,
And so they're kind of like the middleman. So they go and collect all the produce from the farms and deliver it to the restaurants.
but that includes your meats too.
They do everything,
Yeah.
cheeses, meats, vegetables, they do it all. They just want to be able to work with the local farms to help the farms distribute their product and to help the restaurants be able to use locally fresh grown.
You might say you're recycling New England.
It's fantastic. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So I like being able to buy local,
Yeah.
especially in the summer months. It kind of brings you back to that time, you know, years ago when you
Yeah.
could go every day and
Yeah.
buy your produce. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I'm shopping almost every single day. You know, I get everybody in there, I get them set up, and I go shop for the day and get what we need for our daily specials. If you actually go to the website, thegreenplatellc.com, on the top of the home page, there's a link to sign up for the daily specials, and you can enter your email address in.
And you email them out the morning.
And
they
every
check their
morning
email
you'll
in the
get an
morning, they
email.
can find
We
out what the
always have a
specials
hot soup, a salad,
Yeah.
our meals. Today was the grilled cheese.
Yeah.
We always have a vegan
I'm looking
option as
forward to
well.
munching on that.
Yeah, yeah.
I established that I don't eat after 7 for my diabetes,
Yep.
but I'll make an exception tonight. But yeah, I mean, I tell you, I had lunch there and I was amazed. By the way, what is this?
So that is our cauliflower potato
I
salad.
had that. If you would have told me I was gonna like cauliflower, I would have told you, you're out of your mind. The sound of it. It's great. It's really good. I'm telling you, you got to try the food.
I made a cauliflower chowder last week, which I've made since we've been open. And somebody came in and bought it all from me in the morning.
The whole vat.
I sold out of it. Yeah.
Oh
first
my
thing.
God,
Yep.
that's amazing.
Yep. But that's something that's great with the daily specials, Harry, is when you see it in the morning, you get it early in the morning, and you can call in, and I'll make sure I put the ingredients aside for you. Even if you're not going to come in until after you get out of work, call in your orders.
Oh.
I'll put the ingredients aside and make it fresh right before you get there.
Yeah, we have a lot of people in town where both both the husband and wife work, so they don't have a lot of time to prepare meals.
Right.
Get down and get yours,
Pick it up.
pick it up,
Yeah,
Throw
get
it
it
in
out
the
of the
oven.
heat and eat freezer, or pick up the daily special, take
Yep.
it home, warm it up in the microwave, and you're good.
Now, if we pick up something frozen, probably keep it in the cooler during the day and let it thaw out.
Yeah, you can cook it either way. You can cook it from frozen, and it might just
Yep.
take a little bit longer.
Right.
And of course, everybody's ovens are different.
Yes.
So time frame, in a sense, for heating time could vary,
Yeah.
you know,
So just
depending
keep
on
an eye
someone.
on it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But geez,
But no, you can certainly cook it from frozen.
well, we got to wrap it up.
All
See,
right.
Didn't it fly?
It did.
Told ya.
It did. This was great.
Everyone thinks it's going to be a whole hour. Well, the hour goes.
You're pretty knowledgeable.
Well, I do my homework.
Yeah, you look.
All right. Hey, thank you for tuning in. I tell you who my guest is next week, but I can't remember right now. But thank you for coming in, Danielle.
Thank you so much for
And,
having me. It was a
See
pleasure.
Danielle on Church Street in Waynesville, the green plate. You won't be sorry if you stop in. Believe me, you will not be sorry. See you next week.